The great visionary Sheikh Zayed had the foresight to recognize the significance of history to this nation, and that our children must know the origins of their people. The mission of this place search is to safeguard our culture and national identity through the preservation of written, oral, and visual history. As our forefathers passed on knowledge through the ages, we have been given a sacred duty to future generations to ensure they have a place to acquire knowledge about their history and heritage.
The history and way of life of the Emirates is as rich as the black gold that runs beneath our sands. From the rise of Islam until the 21st century, our people have endured many challenges, but the spirit of the Bedouin resides deep in our heart. We are a proud people with a rich history, and it is essential to the growth of our nation that we continue to develop our historical archives, to understand the challenges of the past and prepare for the promise of the future.
This magnificent infrastructure offers our users electronic access to our library and archives, a 700-seat auditorium and exhibition services, and 3D virtual reality theater.
Memory,
Nation,
history,
identity.
I bring my students here to introduce them to research and to, more importantly, to introduce them to the history of their country.
This unique building is home to 11 international archives, whose primary role is to retrieve documents, maps, and images from some of the world's oldest and respected archives.
For the last 60 years, there were many buildings that been built and demolished in UAE without documentation, without research. My research highlights the importance of this building in forming the landscape of United Arab Emirates. There are many architects that use samples from the desert and sea. For example, Abu Dhabi Golf building used the falcon as an example of a traditional architecture. Also, the Burj Al Arab that reflect the sea sailing culture.
Ik ben Lisette Verstegen en werk in de Nederlandse archieven.
I'm Grace Kuribula and I work in the British Archives.
Meu nome é Elisete dos Reis e trabalho no Arquivo Português.
I have been coming here to the center for so long that they are no longer staff. All of them are pretty much my friends. They are incredibly helpful and have gone out of their way every time I brought students here.
I offer 2 history courses to petroleum engineering undergraduates. They're all intending, when they graduate, to become engineers in the oil industry here. The primary source material that I need for my work exists only here and in London. And as here is where I'm based, where I work and live, it's been wonderful.
Much history has passed across these golden sands, and it is vital for all Emiratis to search for any record of our history that will augment the archive. In keeping with this objective, we are conducting recorded interviews with our older citizens who are passing on the folklore and history of the Emirates.
Sheikh Zayed's most famous quotes is that if people who didn't understand their history really had no future because they didn't know where they had come from, they would not know where to go. Truly speaking, he was not only the father of the nation, but also its chief architect, and really looking upon every resident and citizen of the UAE as a child. And he was responsible for everyone's welfare. You know, this is a wonderful testament to his vision, the building that we're sitting in right now.
The measure of any society and the essence of its proud people are the traditions of family and history. And so it goes that a nation needs its identity,